Good morning to you all. My name is Kerry from Kerry's Card Creations. Welcome. So I'm back today with a card. So I've been making a lot of cards recently, Christmas ones mainly, but I come across these. I was sorting through my cutting dies and stamps, and I come across these monsters, and I'd not used them before, so I really wanted to have a go with them. So this is what I came up with. I just think that is so cute. So this is the card I'm going to make with you today. I am going to make a change to this bit here. I'll make mine a little bit different this time. But yeah, so that's the card we're making. I think you'd probably call this a Z fold pop-up card. Possibly. Anyway, so I have got... So I just run through quickly. With any card I make, you can use whatever you've got in your stash. I do not go out and specifically buy anything. I don't promote anything. I just use what's in my stash. So the coloured card I'm using is actually like a pearlized card. This is Tonic Studios in like this mauve colour. And the pattern papers I've got, these were fantastic. I got these off of Etsy for £1.80. They were so cheap, and you got some really... The good thing about it wasn't just monster stuff. There was stripes and spots in there that you could use for any occasion. So they was fantastic. And then the monsters I got from Etsy. They was a cutting die. Did I fussy cut those? Yeah, I think I did actually. That was a stamp set that I'd got from Etsy. And then the sentiments I got, these are from an old Tonic Studio stamp kit. So I used to, at one time I used to buy the stamp kits that Tonic Studios used to do. I haven't bought one for a long time now, but one was monsters and they came from that. So that's what I'm using. Okay, so I have got to clean my glasses because I can't see out of them. And it is really early in the morning, so I do apologise for the light because it's like, I think it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've got to have my craft room light on because it's so dark. Right, piece of white card. This measures 28 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres, and I've scored it on the long side at 7 centimetres and 14 centimetres. Fold and burnish. So the centre score line is a valley. And then the 7 centimetre is a mountain. So it's your standard Z fold. Okay, so decorate. I have got a piece of coloured card. This measures, so I've got to go down my thing now, 14 centimetres by 13.5. And I've got a piece of pattern paper. This measures 13.5 centimetres by 13 centimetres. Right, let's get some glue going. I can't tell you how many times this week I've tried to film this video, but it has been one crazy week this week. So I thought if I get up and get in my craft room early, I might get it filmed before, what, craft class are in at 10. It goes on there. I think these papers are... I actually love making children's cards. It's one of my favourite cards to make, along with Halloween and Christmas. Right, next, I have got 2 pieces of coloured card. These measure 6.5 by 14 centimetres. And then hopefully I've got 2 pieces of pattern paper. Yep. These measure 6 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres. Pattern paper is my absolute weakness when it comes to crafting. Pattern paper and rubber stamps is my downfall. My craft room is so full now that I'm trying to edge away from buying paper pads and buy digital papers so that I can print off what I want when I want it, rather than keep having it because otherwise it's the space it takes up. My craft room is not little by any stretch of the imagination. It's quite a big room. This room's got to be 12 foot by 14 foot, and it is absolutely packed to the rafters of stuff. And I have got 12 by 12, A4, 8 by 8. I did get rid of all my 6 by 6 papers because I didn't really use 6 by 6 very much. But I just, my weakness is pattern paper, seriously. So I'm trying to downsize my paper stash. Well, that's not true because I don't really downsize it. You'd have thought the amount of classes that I taught, I wouldn't have, I'd go through supplies so quickly, but I don't. Right, that's that bit done. So that's the set fold bit. Right, then I have got 3 pieces. Have I got yet? 3 pieces of white card. Now these measure 4 centimeters by, now, yes, 16. 4 centimeters by 16 centimeters. And you score all 4 pieces at 4, 8 and 12 centimeters. Okay. And then fold and burnish. And they're all mounting folds. So this is the bit that I've changed because on my other card I made cubes and stuck them in, but this time I'm going to, I tried it and it worked, so I'm going to just do it and stick them in like that without making the cube, and the card opens and closes a lot better. Right, okay, so I'm going to add glue. So on the side where you've got the opening, I'm going to add glue. I might just check first. What I'm going to do is just cut a really delicate slither because I don't want them to overlap that score line there. So I'm just going to cut the smallest amount off of each piece. It doesn't matter about these pieces because they're on the inside, but I don't want them to catch on the score line. Right, so just take the smallest piece off. That's that. Right, okay, so I'm going to, so back on the 2 open sections, I'm going to add glue. And then what I'm going to do is that score line in the centre there, I'm going to line that up with that score line. I can't see a thing. So that score line there is lined up with the score line that's on my card. I've got a mark now. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with the one at the bottom. I'm going to put that, so they're probably, let me measure it for you. That is 9 millimeters. 9 millimeters. That was ridiculous, wasn't it? 9 millimeters from that top edge it is. I'm going to just roughly, as long as they're equal, that I'm happy with that. As long as I get an equal distance between my outside card and there and my outside card and there, that's I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just measure and see what it did work out at. Yeah, it was as well. Right, so that's that one. And then the last one, I'm just going to put right in the centre. unfortunately, because I've got my big light on, it's one of those daylight lights. It's really difficult to see my score line. So I'm just making sure that that is in the centre of those two pieces there, and then my score line all matches. There we go. So now it opens and closes. This one opens and closes a lot better than the other one I made. Right, okay, so to decorate these pieces, I have got 6 pieces of coloured card. These measure, sorry, just trying to get all my bits together now. Right, 6 pieces coloured card. These measure 3.5 centimetres by 3.5 centimetres. Excuse me, and I've got 6 pieces of pattern paper. These measure 3 centimetres by 3 centimetres. I should have stuck my paper pieces to my coloured card pieces, so you didn't have to watch me glue all the bits together, but never mind. Oh. So the weather's turned really cold, and I've actually given in and turned the heating on. It's been ever so bitter the last few days. You can tell that winter is on its way. So I've decided my craft room is quite well organised, and I know where everything is. I have a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this room, but it's as tidy as it's going to get. I'm quite a tidy person. I don't craft in a mess. But I'm going to make a few changes. My cutting dies and stamp sets are organised in baskets, in wallets, and they're just in any order. And I was looking for something, and I decided I'm going to rearrange my baskets. So I'm going to put all my cutting dies and stamp sets in order of what they are. So like flowers, ladies, men's, children's, cutesy, so that when I want something like that, I can just get them rather than rummaging through. I'm having a bit of a sort out. I've just donated a big box of craft supplies to a local, it's called the Monday Club. So it's for disabled children. So I've just donated a big box of craft supplies to them. So that got a lot out of my way. Right, so that's that. So then I've got these 2 monsters that I've already coloured. So it's not a question I ever get asked, but if anybody's interested, the colouring pens that I use are the colouring pens from B&M. That's the ones I've got. My mother-in-law bought me a set, and then my husband bought me another set, and I've got quite a few of them now. Right, so to make my topper pieces, these are going to vary depending on what size topper you use, but I'll just tell you what sizes I've got. White card. This measures 6.5 centimetres by 7.5 centimetres. So my coloured card is then going to be 6 by 7. And then I've got another piece of white that's going to be 5.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to glue all those together. So I've got 3 craft fairs booked in so far in November. 15th of November, Christmas light switch on. 16th of November, it's for Alzheimer's Society. And then I've got another one on the 30th of November, which is for breast cancer. I take my cards, but I only make and take fancy fold cards with me. You get a lot of card makers at craft fairs, and so I like to be different. I like to take something different. You get a lot of people that just make ordinary basic cards, so you've got so much competition at craft fairs. So I make a lot of paper crafted gifts to take with me, crackers and stuff, but all the cards I take with me are fancy fold cards. That's all I take now. In fact, I donated, because I used to have my own shop. I used to stock my cards in there. I used to sell a lot of cards in there, but all that was left from the shop I donated to a local charity. So all the cards I've got now are just fancy fold ones. So I'm going to foam pad this one on, stick him on there. Like that. And then I'm going to stick him on there. I'm going to, have I moved my, I've got class in, so I've moved everything. Usually the seat next to me. So I craft at a big table. In case you've not seen my craft desk, my craft desk is actually a dining room table that's opened out, and it's got 4 chairs around here, all set up for class. When I'm crafting on my own, the chair next to me is full of stuff. Well, if there's nobody there, I can make the use of the space. But because I've got class in this morning, and there is going to be 4 of us here, I've had to move all my stuff off the chair. So I've had to put all the bits away. But I did have, I think I had some foam tape on there, but right, so I'm going to put him down there. And then, so this piece of coloured card, this measures, no, let's do the white first, sorry. This piece of white card measures 6 by 5.5. So this piece is going to be 5.5 by 5. And then this piece is going to be 5 by 4.5. Yeah. So I'm all caught up with orders. All my commission work is done. I've got class in until 12 o'clock. My classes are 2 hours, 10 till 12 today. So that means that after they've gone, I have a free craft afternoon. So I can make things for the craft fair. I'm sure packed away, I probably do have stuff made. It's probably up in the loft, but I'm very short. My husband's at work, so I can't get him to get up in the loft for me. Oh, come! I thought I cut you. Nope. Nearly put him the wrong way around. Right, so that's that one, and I'm going to put him up there. Let's just put some pads on there. I've just realised I've either lost my bits for my sentiments or I didn't cut them. I'm going to put that one up there in the corner. So that's my card done. Love it, love it, love it. Right, let's see. So next to me, sorry, I have to clean my rubbish up because it aggravates me. Let's see if I can find some of the card I used. Possibly no, but I do have. Right, so this piece is 1 centimetre by 6.5. So I want this piece to be 1.5 centimetres by 7. Come on out. 1.5 centimetres by 7. So that goes on there like that. So 1.5 by 7. I've got some scrap white. So then this piece needs to be 2 centimetres. Sorry if I jig you about, by 7.5. 2 centimetres by 7.5. There we go. So this piece is, this piece is 1 by 5. So my card needs to be 1.5. 1.5 by 5.5, and then my white needs to be 2 by 6. 2 by 6. There you go. Jobs are good, and let's throw those little tiny pieces away, and those bigger bits can go back in my scrap bin. If you watched my video the other day on my houses, you would have seen my scrap bin, and already since that video it is doubled in size. So I'm on a mission to use up the scraps, which is why I did the houses video, but also to try and use all the things in my craft room that I've bought and I haven't used. So I have a lot of cutting dies and stamp sets that I've bought and I haven't used them. So that is my mission, is to use the stamps and dies that I have got, because obviously crafter, it was my birthday recently. All my friends, all my crafty friends near enough bought me something craft related, so I've got to work for all of that now as well. So what I'm going to do is glue my I'm just going to add glue. Did I foam pad those ones? No, I glued them. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on my left hand side of my sentiment, and I'm going to glue him Monstrous Birthday Wishes. So again, just on that left hand side. Let's make sure my sentiments are straight. I was taking the photos of my other one and I noticed my sentiment was wonky. There you go. Isn't he cute? I love him. Okay, so that was my one I made. That's the one I made the other day. Which colour's your favourite? I love that green. Anyway, thank you for watching my tutorial today. Any questions, please just ask. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be lovely. Leave me a comment. I read and try to answer every single comment that is left on my YouTube. And I will be back again soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.